These are the 3 different adjudicators you'll see in this video, and I love them each for different reasons, and we'll get into it as we go on. The role that you'll be seeing first is Perpetual Motion Target Lock, and it doesn't really change the game a whole lot unless people run 5 resilience or less. You'll be able to kill them in a 0.7 TTK instead of a 0.8, which is what the normal adjudicator sits at. Here lately in Supremacy, the amount of people that come in with not super high resilience is a lot of people, so it feels pretty good, but maybe the weapon just feels better with Perpetual Motion, and maybe that's why I like it so much. But I definitely love this role a lot, and I'm not really sure if it's Perpetual Motion or Target Lock, but this is definitely a role that I plan on holding on to for the foreseeable future. And as far as the first column goes, the only other option that I would really consider would be Dynamic Sway. Me personally, I am still a fan of Rangefinder, but this thing feels pretty sticky as is, as long as you're in the ranges that it belongs in. So I feel like it doesn't really need Rangefinder, but if you do get a Rangefinder roll, I would definitely say give it a try before you get rid of it, because it might be up your alley. But so far in building my god roll, I'm going to go Perpetual Motion or Dynamic Sway. Perpetual Motion feels better to me. Now onto my Rampage roll. I'm a real big fan of the Rampage roll. As long as I can secure that first kill, Rampage is going to take my TTK from a 0.8 to a guaranteed 0.7. And if I manage to get it to 3 stacks of Rampage, it has a TTK of 0.6. But the one roll that I didn't get was Onslaught, and Onslaught's the only thing that has a faster TTK on this thing than Rampage. Onslaught times 1 is going to give you a TTK of 0.67, which is 0.03 faster than Rampage, as long as you hit all of your headshots and bodies properly. But Onslaught shoots so fast that at a certain point on most weapons, it becomes kind of uncontrollable. The only exception for me is honestly Summoner. But if you really like Onslaught on this thing, there's no reason to give you any hate, because it's really good. Your TTK goes from a 0.67 with 1 stack to a 0.5 with 3 stacks. So Onslaught, as far as TTK goes, is really good. It just becomes uncontrollable with the amount of recoil it will have. That being said, if you get one, I would definitely say Dynamic Sway or Perpetual Motion is the way to go for you with Onslaught, just as I think either of those go well with Rampage. And if I'm being honest, I think both of those go well with Target Lock. The only thing that I would add to that is I think Rangefinder might go well with Target Lock as well. It allows you to stick on target a little better. Maybe that would also help with Onslaught. And finally, the Dynamic Sway Fragile Focus roll. This was definitely my least favorite out of all the rolls, just because this thing, the way that I have it set up, already hits 76 range. So whenever I put on Fragile Focus, I'm hitting 100 range, and it feels like once I get to that point, I'm in fights that I don't really belong in. So I feel like if I have Fragile Focus, I would want to go Rangefinder, but then at that point, I think without Perpetual or Dynamic Sway, I'm not going to have enough stability to be able to control the weapon to begin with. So what you consider a god roll is really up to you guys. I'm definitely going to say Hammer Forged Rifling, Range Masterwork, Accurized Rounds. It doesn't really need any more stability than it has at base, and it doesn't need any more handling. It feels good as is. I'm going to say Dynamic Sway or Perpetual Motion. I think Perpetual Motion is better for the way that I play. I run and gun. Dynamic Sway is better if you don't run and gun. And then Rangefinder would be my third pick. And as far as damage perks go, I personally think that Rampage is better just because I don't like Onslaught because it shoots a little too fast most of the time. But I really think Onslaught would probably be the second best option. And then in third, I'm going to give it to Target Lock, just because if you have Radiant or something, it's gonna definitely change the game for you, as well as I don't think Fragile Focus is good because the range that I'm playing at just doesn't feel good at that point. Anyways, with all that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. Click the notification bell so you get notified when I make new videos like this, because I release reviews weekly, sometimes 3 times a week, which is probably going to happen here soon, because I have so many reviews that I'm behind on, and we have new content dropping on April 9th. And I hope to see you guys on the channel in the future, and in the next video, whatever it may be, and look forward to the channel, because I have some pretty good videos coming soon that I think are really good.